back, y'all, to from the Nosebleeds podcast. My name is Kofre, alongside Zach Drostick. We are here, episode 2 of season 2, 2 and 2. We got a short episode today. Not a lot of news that happened last week. Some WNBA stuff we're going to talk about. I mean, that's kind of the only thing that's going on in the basketball world right now. Maybe a little bit of Eurobasket, but I don't really dabble in that kind of European basketball right now. I haven't really been following up with that as much as I should be right now. Then a little bit of NBA stuff. I'm wearing the Anthony Edwards shirt. We'll talk about him, his new shoe released that dropped yesterday. And then we have a little bit of a new segment called King of the Hill for y'all. That'll be something that probably do maybe once here and there, but right now it's kind of just like a dead period in season and basketball world. So we'll get to that later. But Zach, how's your last week been? How you been?
It's been great, man. It's a wonderful time. School's getting started. I'm getting into my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Got the pod back. I mean, it's a great time to be
Yeah.
alive, you know.
You want to talk about a little bit of Manchester United? No.
No, just not at all. We move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Next topic.
Next topic. Well, next topic, a little bit of fun one. We're gonna talk about some WNBA stuff. We haven't done that in quite a while.
A minute.
Podcast. Yeah, I mean, obviously we haven't made a podcast in a minute, so we're gonna do that. But WNBA is nearing the end of the season. Season ends in about 2.5, 3 weeks on September 11th. And so with the season heating up, getting down to the playoffs, we're gonna talk a little about an MVP. I have my MVP. Zach has his MVP. I don't think in this scenario you can go wrong. It's kind of like we compare it to.
You really can't.
Yeah.
I've really struggled picking MVP here.
Yeah. But I mean, again, short episode, but we're gonna get through this quick. It's really it's not one side at all, but we have a little bit of a debate here. Zach, go ahead and tell us your MVP and why.
Well, my MVP is A'ja Wilson. That's one of the two names you could say. You could either say A'ja Wilson or Nafisa Collier. But for me, I just personally think that that A'ja Wilson's on-off impact is too important. She has a 22, 23 point on-off net swing, which just means that the Aces are 22, 23 points per 100 possessions better with A'ja Wilson on the court, whereas Nafisa Collier's is still it's still amazing. Fees is plus 15, I want to say, is her on-off swing.
Yeah.
So it's just that's a bit that's a bit that's the very slight difference, because basic stats wise you can't really pick a difference between these two.
Mm-mm.
It's they're that close, and I think you have to go to the advanced analytics and the on-off stats.
Yeah.
In this case, and that's why I lead towards A'ja Wilson, especially with the Aces surging this late in the season.
Yeah. Again, I have no wrong with it. Like, I can't even hate that at all. But for me, it is coming down to the straight facts. It's best player on the best team, and that is Nafisa Collier. We saw it in the NBA. A lot of people said Jokic was the MVP with having maybe the greatest offensive season of all time. But then we saw what happened. It went to SGA because it was simply best player, best team, and then ended up winning the finals. But that didn't really matter at the time. But I mean, that's just what it is for me. It's best player, best team. She averages almost 24 points a game, over 7 boards a game, and she's dishing out the ball really well. And when it comes down to who is the best player in the league, I mean, we saw it last year. She's been playing with the chip on her shoulder the entire year. In the finals, she got what she thought was a blatant missed call, or not missed call, but a call didn't go her way in the finals in the clutch scenario in Game 5 against Liberty. And ever since then, I mean, she posted on Instagram like a couple days after that when they lost heading into the offseason. And you just knew from there that she's going to have a monster season. And from start to almost finish now, she's been the most dominant player, the best player in my opinion. So that's where it comes to me. But I mean, obviously, when you get into the advanced metrics with A'ja Wilson, you do look at it and you're like, oh, okay. That's why there's really no wrong answer here when it comes to MVP for the WNBA race. It's just for me, again, best player, best team, and that's Nafisa Collier. And I mean, I guess in kind of like a look at the A'ja Wilson perspective, I do get it, because the Lynx are the best team in the WNBA right now with a record of 31-7, and Nafisa's been out with a leg injury for the past almost before. She had an injury for about a week or two after the All-Star break, and they still floated. I mean, they still have great players like Courtney Williams and Kayla McBride. Like, those are great All-Star caliber players that, I mean, with the Lynx, they have great players and they've been afloat and they're still at the top of the league. But Now you get feedback before the playoffs. Kind of talking about the playoffs now, and that team is like it's like this is the team to beat. So I don't see why not. But again, can't go wrong with either answer.
I,
Cannot.
I like I like your reasoning. I'm not gonna lie. I agree with I kind of agree with the sentiment of best player on the best team. I mean, we saw that in the NBA world. That's
Mm-hmm.
Shea won MVP despite Jokic being the best player in the world, you could argue.
Mm-hmm.
I just think there's less of a difference in the standings in this case than there is in the Shea
Yeah.
Jokic debate. I mean, obviously there's going to be less of a difference because there's less teams in the WNBA, but in the same merit, the Aces are the 3 seed right now.
Yeah, they're
They're
only
locked
about
into the
6 games
playoffs.
behind. Yeah, they're already
They
locked
just
in.
clinched the playoffs, and it's not that big of a gap between the two
It's
teams.
not.
And I think you got to look at how bad the Aces were with Asia out. I mean, they were
They
terrible. They
they
were
were bottom of
terrible.
the
They were
league.
struggling to stay afloat.
Yeah.
Now they're on an all time win streak right now. I mean, just
Yeah.
ridiculous basketball being played from Asia and the Aces right now.
Yeah. They're on an
I
11-game win streak.
I get the case for Fee. It's just it's hard for me to pick against Asia. I truly think she's one of
Yeah.
the greatest to ever do this.
Yeah. I had the privilege of this summer going to Vegas and watching the Aces play against the Fever, which is an insane game. I mean, it was Aja Wilson, 3-time MVP, reigning MVP, going against the newcomer and Caitlin Clark, and it was scenes. I mean, just an unbelievable environment in Vegas. I didn't realize that the Aces fans actually shut out like that. I mean, I've kind of seen it on TV and stuff like that with them winning back-to-back titles a couple years ago. Um, but when I'm in person, it's an unreal environment, and I mean, credit to them. But watching Aja play in person was like she had a slow start in the first half, and I'd expect. I mean, when I went, I was like, oh, okay, MVP. They didn't come out hot. Maybe she's like slacking a little bit. But after that halftime, and she came back out that tunnel, she exploded for about 24 points. I mean, it was like mostly in that second half doing work. So I mean, I've literally seen it in person, like this season, her play. Um, and I'm still giving it to Fee, but I have to give my hat off to Asia. She's an absolute baller, and she's honestly one of the coolest people I think I've ever like. One of the coolest personalities of basketball. She's got a certain swag to her that's super cool and super fly. Um, her whole Nike brand and deals like all this like princess pink stuff. It's awesome. I went to the Nike store in Vegas, and the entire Nike store was pink and black, like themed after her. Um, and I mean, I can't. I literally whoever wins it, I can't even be mad. Like I love both of them. Nafisa and Asia are such great people and such great players. So I can't even be mad at that. Whoever wins.
I don't think there's a wrong answer.
Yeah.
It's such a close debate. It's kind of unfortunate because I do feel like Alyssa Thomas's season, all time great season, is being overlooked in this scenario,
Yeah.
just because she's been great, but she hasn't been
Mm-hmm.
Nafisa Collier and Asia Wilson great. I mean, she's
Yeah.
setting triple double records left and
Yeah.
right. I mean, we just saw just last night against the Sparks, she broke her own record for the
Exactly.
most triple doubles in a season by a player.
Yeah.
Just
And we're going to see
ridiculous
her
stuff.
tomorrow night. We're going to see her tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
we will be there. Yeah,
We will be there. Yes. That's gonna be a fun game. Sky comes to town versus
absolutely.
Mercury. Sky already out of it. They've been out of it. I mean, they're one of the worst teams in W by a good mile, along with your Wings. But I mean, Wings, we knew that. Sky, not so much. I feel like they're a young team still. But talk about, I mean, not really talking about the bad basketball in W, but talking about basketball from one of the bad teams in basketball. Last week we had an episode on Wednesday, and then that night there was one game on in the W, and it was Sparks versus Wings. What happened there, Zach?
That was a rough game. Rough game just from the Wings as a whole. You can't talk about the game without talking about Paige, of course.
Yeah,
Paige just phenomenal. I
unbelievable.
don't think there's anything I could say that hasn't been already been said about Paige and hasn't been spoken about Paige's greatness.
Mhm.
I mean, just all time ridiculous stuff from a rookie guard.
Yeah,
She scored 55% of the team's points. That's the second largest percentage of a player that a player scored of their team's points in WNBA history.
yeah,
It's the first game in WNBA history where a player has scored over 40 points and the rest of their team has shot below 50%, and they haven't had a teammate shoot over 50% from the field. I
yeah.
mean,
It's
it
unbelievable
was
stuff.
it was a one person show, and it was the Paige Becker show, really and truly.
Yeah,
I, it was tough to watch down the stretch. That felt like a very I think you could say the term Dallas-esque sports loss,
Yeah,
a Dallas sports-esque loss.
yeah.
Uh,
I
it,
mean, at
just the
that
way
point,
you got to somebody has to help out there. It felt like the Red Seas kind of parted for Kelsey Plum to get to that floater.
yeah,
I mean, I thought the game might have been over because we saw Kelsey get pushed almost back to the logo with like 3 seconds left in the game, but then Isaiah James showed, and then she just didn't commit to helping
yeah.
and
She just stood
got
there and
back
just
on.
let her go by around. I was like, what?
She got back on to Julie Alamon, which
Yeah,
I'd live with the three at that point. You have to take away the easier shot from Kelsey. You live with
yeah,
the three if
yeah,
Alamon if Kelsey has makes a head up play and passes to Alamon, should Isaiah stay and help there.
yeah.
It was a bit of a frustrating loss. I mean, hats off to the Sparks for winning that. That was a fun game. I can't
That
complain
was
at
a great
all. I
game. Yeah.
mean, I can complain
But
that the
yeah,
Wings lost, but it was a fun game. It was
yeah,
really enjoyable to see Paige go back and forth with the entire Sparks team.
yeah. And that Sparks team has been hot recently. Kelsey Plum's been dropping about 20 points a game for the past like almost month now, and they finally got Cam Brink, and they're trying to make a push for the playoffs right now. They're only about a game and a half back out of the 8 seed with the Seattle Storm. Um, and I mean that's a fun battle to watch towards the end of the season. But just talking about that game in general, like Paige Becker is unbelievable. I remember when I was in my freshman year in high school, that was her sophomore year of at UConn. And it was like around tournament time, and everybody was like, Paige Beckers is this. Like she's been that since about 2020, 2021. And then she got injured, and Caitlin Clark took over. But I've kind of always been on that Becker's hype train, and I haven't been fully convinced about Clark just because I think Becker's is just that better player. Um, and I mean, say what you want about Clark. I mean, she's a great player in her own right. No shade to her. She's a great player. But when it comes to doing things on the court, Paige Beckers in her rookie season has already shown more. Caitlin Clark's been injured, sure. But even when she's out on the court, she's not like the Caitlin Clark you expect to explode for like 45 points night in and night out. Most of her team's success is coming from guys like, or from people like guys, I'm sorry, from people like Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston, and on the defensive end of the ball with that side. And I mean, if you took Paige Beckers and put her on the Fever, and took Caitlin Clark and put her on the Wings this season, Paige Beckers might win MVP just because of how good she
I think
is.
that's a fair argument.
And
I think
like
Paige is more
that's
valuable to the
yeah,
Wings.
just this season alone. I'm not talking about for the future. Caitlin Clark is obviously one of the best already. Um, but I mean, just this season, Paige Beckers has been unbelievable, and to think that she's just a rookie is just even more mind blowing. And just I can't wait to see what she does in the future. Like she's only what 22, 23.
Yeah. No, I think she's 23 or 24. Caitlin's actually a bit younger,
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
by a
Because
year.
Caitlin or because Paige stayed a year. You're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable to watch. I love it every second of it.
Yeah. No, I don't really like that debate. It's just, it's comparing two different types of players.
Yeah,
Caitlin's not the scorer that Paige is, and Paige kind of isn't the offensive engine that
Caitlin is.
Caitlin
Yeah,
is, if that makes sense. They
yeah.
both have a certain style of play, and they stick to that, and I think that's what makes them both very exciting players.
I know. That's yeah. I'm not
I
trying to
do
compare
I
them, but yeah,
I do agree with you. I think Paige contributes currently to a more winning style of basketball than Caitlin, and I have my worries about Caitlin, but I don't think I don't know. It's a bit of a weird comparison just because of how
yeah,
they play.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, if maybe if Paige this offseason works and they get a good team around her, because right now that team is in absolute shambles. Um, but if they get it, or sorry, around Paige, I say Paige, Paige, right? I said Paige. If they get a team around Paige, maybe she starts getting more involved in the passing game and stuff like that, because she already draws double teams when she starts driving to the rim. I mean, that's just nature of being that good in any league. You draw doubles when you get to the rim, and if she can get some sort of team with shooters around her, I know Kaylee McBride might be available in this offseason. Somebody to trade for like that. I mean, that's just an added layer to Paige's game that can that's not hasn't been unlocked yet. Um, and I'm just super excited to see what happens with it.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it has to an extent, I will say.
no, yeah,
Paige has been very good playmaking at times this year. I mean, we saw especially the especially in the Wings last game against the Valkyries.
yeah. Oh my
I
God, she
mean,
was kind of icing them
The
up. Yeah,
Valkyrie. the Valkyries were just blitzing
Yeah.
Paige. I mean,
Yeah.
it was ridiculous, and I don't understand some of the offensive decisions made by Kurt Miller to keep running screens at Paige when they're just
It's
jumping screens every time.
that's kind of been the Valkyries' mantra the entire season. I mean, I'm a Liberty fan, but that was before the Bay Area got our own WNBA team, and I've been on this WNBA train or the Valkyries train all season. I mean, I'm surprised that we're doing this well with this kind of team, minus our big all star. But that's kind of been the thing we've been doing all season. It's kind of like defensive anchored. We don't really score a lot of points because that's not really our thing. But I mean, if you don't have to score that many points, don't let the other team score points. That's how you win and stay in battles and stuff like that. But I remember watching that game too just last night, and it's like you just keep blitzing them. That's what we've been doing like literally all season. I remember there was a game when the Liberty came to town, or not came to town here, but went and played the Valkyries, and they blitzed Jonquil Jones and not Brown Stewart and Serena Ionescu off the pick and roll stuff. Like they blitzed both of them. It's like I don't know. They like stunted Jonquil and they blitzed Sabrina. That's kind of what they do. I mean, that's just kind of how they play. But I know what you
Yeah,
mean. Like,
yeah. No, I'm just wishing that to see Chris Clanis implement some better
oh yeah,
offensive sets to alleviate pressure off Page. You know, maybe play Page more off the ball. I
yeah,
mean, that was the first game all season that Page scored below 10 points. She finished with 9. A lot
yeah,
of them came really late in that affair. Uh, Good playmaking game from her. We saw a lot of next level passes, I'd say, from Paige.
yeah.
There was a lot of really impressive bits of playmaking there, and that's something you hope to see when such a young player is getting treated like that or getting blitzed like that. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, she had 9 points. I'm just looking at this right now. She had nine, but she
at 9 and 9,
had
I
nine
believe either
assists. Yeah,
that
she
or
had 9 and 9.
yeah.
9 and 9. Yeah, I mean it's exciting to see. That's yeah. Talking about the other person we were talking about earlier, in Caitlin Clark, she and Nike revealed pretty sick advertisement yesterday. I'd say I'm a big fan of it. I was talking with one of my boys, Kai, earlier outside before I came in here. Um, It's like, would you see the Clayton Clark logo? He was like, yeah. He said it looks like the Chanel logo, like
It does. It does. I was going to
the
bring that
C
up.
or
It
whatever.
really
Yeah,
does.
it
Yeah.
does. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, we're gonna talk about this later too with another NBA player. Kind of talked about this last season too. Just like where the world is and the sports world is in terms of marketing and advertising players, like new shoe deals and shoe brands and logos stuff like that. What's your take where it is right now, especially with this new Clayton Clark logo?
I think it's in a great place personally. I think that a lot of these brands, especially in basketball, have just been stepping up when it comes to advertisements, when it comes to shoes, when it comes to branding. I mean, I've been really impressed. Every WNBA player to get a signature logo, it's been a banger. Like
Oh yeah,
even Angel Reese's at Reebok. I love
yes,
that logo. The signature,
yeah,
the like
and the crown.
classy A. So
Mm-hmm.
nice. I love it.
Yeah,
But I feel like we're just in a golden age, like a kind of a renaissance of branding and of marketing. Especially the women's game, like I was saying, like Savvy's logo is just awesome. I love
mm-hmm.
Asia's logo,
Yeah.
and Caitlin's continues that trend. I mean, I'm gonna have to see the shoes. I'm really intrigued to see what Caitlin is gonna be rocking. I know she loves Kobe's. She
Yeah, I think they're
constantly
gonna
wears
be
Kobe's.
they're gonna be similar to the Sabrinas, like that, like
I,
the low to mid
yeah,
cut kind of shoe, and then a super like grippy on the bottom for like cuts and
yeah.
stuff like that, and then like that kind of like short nose on the top on the front part of it. That's kind of what Kobe and Sabrina rock. I'm thinking it's gonna be something like that because she just got
I'd
that.
imagine she has a lot of PEs that are Kobe, so
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah,
be shocked at all if they're Kobe modeled similar at
yeah.
least.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. I might have to cop a pair when they come out, but Nike does look to uptick it. Kind of the Nike Adidas battle. Adidas does sell their shoes for lower prices than Nike, but Nike is arguably the better basketball shoe, and they've been that for quite some time now. But I'm excited for that. The Sabrina threes, new colorways are dropping soon. I think for the playoffs, and especially in the offseason, we're going to get a lot of new shoes. I think Aja Wilson's going to get a new shoe. Her Aja twos, I think, are going to drop sometime in January or February. I thought I was hearing at the Nike store in Vegas. And then obviously Sabrina threes, new colorways with those. Uh, and then I don't know who's next. Paige is Paige with Nike.
Pace with Nike, yeah. She's been
Ooh, that's
rocking a
gonna
lot of
be
the GT cuts.
Okay.
She has a
Oh,
lot.
those
She
are
has a lot
yeah,
of She has a lot of PEs with those.
yeah.
Very tough. I was gonna double back on the sports branding renaissance. I mean,
Uh-huh.
how can we mention that and not mention Shea and not mention
Okay.
what Converse has
You're
done with
right.
Shea?
Yeah.
Shea like kind of stands alone right now for me when it comes to marketing, when it
Oh
comes to
yeah.
shoes. Just the work that Converse has put in it, and
He's
by proxy
auriful. That's
Nike,
why. That's the word.
by proxy Nike, just since Converse is a subdivision of Nike, but
Mm-hmm.
from putting his logo on top of opposing teams' arenas, putting it up in the bay when the All Star game, like the
Bro,
bat
that was
signal,
hard. Oh my God. The drone
from
show too.
the
Oh
design of
my
the
God.
design of the shoes. I mean, they match Shea's personality. They match his fashion forward
Mm-hmm.
attitude. I mean,
Let's not forget the colorways too. How each colorway is dedicated to somebody in his life. Like the um the gray ones are for his son or for his mom's gray eyes. There's one for his son, the Mozzie Blues that you said you wanted yesterday. We
well,
were talking about
that's
in
his
your
brother.
hoodie.
That's his brother.
Was that his brother?
That's his brother. Yeah,
His son has one. I forgot which one it is.
I know his wife has the pink ones that he wore. I want to say conference finals
Conference finals, yeah. And then
because it
his
was
son's
after he won
because
MVP.
yeah, and then he even when he won the championship, he immediately got the
The
special
gold
edition ones,
shoes
the
around his
gold
neck.
ones. Yeah, that was hard too.
But you
Got a
gotta
matching
look back.
trophy.
You gotta look back even further into that because you notice he wore a different shoe each round, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
He wore a specific colorway each round.
yeah.
You remember when Shea popped up in the Nokia music video?
Yes, he was wearing the
Look in the music video. He
yeah,
was wearing every different colorway.
yeah,
He kind of called his shot there, and like I love
yeah,
that. That's such great marketing. Even like the ads that Converse was running after Shea won the chip, it was just so nice. That the
yeah.
mural, the MVP mural in OKC,
Mm-hmm.
where
Yeah,
he's throwing his hands up in the V. It's just it's a masterclass. You can't describe it in any other way.
yeah. I mean, let's stay on Shea real quick. He's the cover of 2K, and 2K looks like it's back. That's a little side note. I pre-ordered the Superstar Edition. Um, I will be running that a whole lot. Maybe we can do a from the nosebleeds 2K battle where we just talk sports and basketball while playing 2K. That look could be hard. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe.
Maybe.
Um, but yeah. Real quick, one last WNBA thing. Pretty big news, especially because I'm a fan of this team. Brianna Stewart is back from her injury. Thank God, she's been gone for so long, um, and now she's back. The Liberty have kind of stayed afloat with Sabrina. Sabrina's kind of come back into her shell and her rhythm as the years gone on, but now trying to get that seeding for the playoffs. We're right now sitting in the 5 seed. We are half a game back from Phoenix for the 4 seed, and then a game and a half back of Atlanta and Vegas, who are tied right now for that 2 seed. Um, so I mean, it's all to play for in that 2 to 5 range. And with Stewie back, I feel like that's a great boost for New York to get back up into that top end of the seeding, especially when you want to play a team like the Lynx. You don't want to play them early; you want to play them in the finals or something like that. So getting that 2 or 3 seed secures that. Um, but then, I mean, obviously, you got teams. If you stay there, your matchup right now is the Phoenix Mercury, who we just talked about. Alyssa Thomas is unbelievable MVP caliber season, just overshadowed a little bit right now. But what are your thoughts on Brianna Stewart coming back? How does that help the Liberty and Sabrina Ionescu for like pressure release and stuff like that?
I mean, it's so necessary from an offensive standpoint, especially from a defensive standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching the Liberty play, it's very noticeable that there's somebody missing whenever Stewie's off the court, and I mean, it shows in the stats. Yeah, the Liberty have a negative net rating when Stewie's off the court, and they're +9. I want to say when
Yeah.
she's on the court, it's ridiculous impact that Stewie brings to the Liberty. When she's healthy, she is definitely an MVP caliber player, and
Mm-hmm.
the Liberty have missed Stewie so much. It's just such it's so huge at this uh, point in the season.
Yeah. I'm excited for her to be back. Like she's. Oh, we were talking about this earlier before pod. She released her own little merch stuff. Stu York. She dropped a hat. She dropped a shirt that says "I love Stu," like the spinoff of the "I love New York"
I
shirt.
love Stu York. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It says "I love Stu York." I might have to cop that. You might see that in a later pod episode. But I mean, unbelievable aura right there. Love Stewie. Glad that she's back. And now we will transition into some NBA stuff. Obviously, not a lot that happened. we only have like really two stories that happened in the past week. Last
Yeah.
episode we were talking about our winners and losers from the offseason, and I had a mention of Malik Beasley being the loser. And the next day it came out that the NBA or the federal government is done with their investigation with Malik Beasley, and he's allowed now to return to the that not W. He is now allowed to return to the NBA. So I have a question: like, what now happens with Malik Beasley? Obviously, the Pistons already got the replacement in Duncan Robinson via trade. So what does he do now? Does he go back to the Pistons, or does he find a home in a contending place such as I don't know, anywhere really?
I tend to lean towards he's going to be going to a contender, especially in a buy low type scenario. I'm very
Mm-hmm.
intrigued to see who. I think I saw somewhere saying that the Knicks reached out to him, that the Cavs
Yeah.
reached out to him. I'd like that for both of those squads. I think that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense in a buy low scenario. I don't think he's quite out of the clear. I think they're still searching for evidence on him. I think they're still searching for new information from what I've seen, but he's no longer like heavily
Suspended
being
essentially.
investigated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's no
So
he's allowed to sign with the team.
yeah. I think that's huge for him. I mean, I'm happy for the guy. But I'm intrigued to see like because I know like you said, it's a buy low option. Like he's probably going to get some mid level exception type of offer or deal. Um, I was thinking something like the Lakers could use him. He was a pretty good shooter for us when he was with us a couple years ago. I wouldn't mind that. I see you shaking your head. But obviously the Cavs and Knicks. The Knicks probably is a better option for him. The Cavs obviously have Max Strus and shooters like Donovan Mitchell, who obviously is a superstar. But the Knicks kind of don't have that like role player shooting caliber player. Um, I don't know. You consider Tyler Kolek a shooter? Not really. Um, like so that'd be a great spot for him. And obviously with them, they're trying to get assets to compete in an Eastern Conference that's super wide open right now. Uh, with you just don't know what's going to happen next year. So I think that'd be a great option for him. I like that shout. I mean, I'm just excited to see, or not excited really. I'm just intrigued to see what happens with him in the next couple weeks because we're nearing the end of the offseason, honestly. Like we're in a dark period right now, but it's going to come back on us pretty quickly. We only have like a month and a half left till the start of the season in October. So, I mean, he's got to sign quick, get into training camp, hit a stride, and then go into the season strong. I mean, he's got to start doing that quick.
Yeah, just I'm very intrigued to see where he goes. I like a lot of teams for him, especially contenders. I don't like the Lakers for him because I feel like that he would not perform well under the pressure of the
I mean,
Lakers, as
he
most
kind of, but
shooters do.
he did though. Like when he was with us in 2023 when he signed or when he got traded to us at the deadline, he was okay for us, honestly.
He was all right, but I don't think he quite lived up to expectations, and I don't know if he y'all would get the most out of him. I still
Darvin Ham
feel for
also
the guys
exiled him to the bench, so
yeah, I still feel bad for the guy because he missed out on an absolute bag. No team's going to pay him
oh
as
yeah,
much as he was worth, with especially with the court case still kind of looming in the background.
yeah. I mean,
Uh,
he was one of the best shooters. He still is one of the best shooters in the league. He finished what third or fourth in total threes and 3 point percentage last year.
yeah,
He broke. He
it's
was
just
a
it's an unfortunate situation.
yeah. I mean, he broke the record for most threes made by a Pistons player in a season. So I mean, he was either going to re-sign with the hefty bag or he was going to go somewhere else for like X amount of more money than he is going to get now, which is unfortunate. So yeah. Um, another thing, another kind of trade rumor type of thing that kind of surprised me and caught me off guard, but it kind of made sense with the Pelicans kind of buying or not buying, selling with no real clear direction. Trey Murphy is supposedly, reportedly on the trading block from the Pelicans, and two teams that are, kind of talked about to acquire him are the San Antonio Spurs and the Golden State Warriors. We talked about last week that the Warriors have made no moves this offseason, not a single one. Their only one was letting go of Kevon Looney, who ended up going to New Orleans and the Pelicans, which is the team that's trying to shop Trey Murphy, reportedly. So where do you think he goes? Do you think this rumor is true? I mean, it's kind of been everywhere. Um, but do you think that he gets moved from New Orleans, and do you either think he goes to San Antonio, Golden State, somewhere else? What are your thoughts on it?
I don't think he gets moved before the season starts. I think this is more of a trade deadline type move
I think
if
yeah.
he does get moved. I'm kind of intrigued about this. I like the idea of Trey Murphy as a player. He's a very much an idea player. The impact metrics don't show his impact, especially on defense. And he's a good shooter. He doesn't offer much in terms of creation. Decent playmaker, I will say, for his size and for a wing. And
Hmm.
I do love wings who can play make. But the impact metrics just haven't been there for him and shown that he can impact winning at all, really. I think it makes sense for the Spurs, especially considering the Spurs have been looking for a wing, a defensive oriented wing that can shoot. I mean, it
Hmm.
hasn't everybody, but still, he he kind of fits the archetype of a player that the Spurs have been looking for. The Warriors is another interesting fit because I guess you slot him in at Ford if you at the three if you're gonna go small
It's
ball.
weird. Yeah, it's very weird. Um, but with the Warriors, I was expecting if it actually happened this offseason that it would be some sort of sign and trade thing with Jonathan Kaminga. But then
Yeah,
I don't
I
know if they move Kaminga to the Pelicans because I don't think Kaminga wants to play for for the Pelicans. But I guess it's not up to him. But
yeah, it is. It still is. If I mean, if that's the only team willing to pay him what he wants, then he will for sure take be happy
yeah,
with New
but
Orleans.
that's the struggle here. It's that he's a restricted free agent, so it's not on. Oh, I guess the Pelicans could offer, and then the Warriors match, and then the trade goes through afterwards. But um, I don't know. I guess the Warriors is kind of like a deadline thing. I think if it's the Spurs, I think I could see it before the season starting, maybe. Um, but if the Spurs get Trey Murphy, that's a nasty defense. I mean, you think of Trey Murphy, Wembenyama. I mean, that's just an insane elite defensive duo right there. And then who's I can't even think. He Trey Murphy. What does Trey Murphy start on the Spurs?
At the three, he'd start at the
Yeah.
three.
What would be a trade package that this San Antonio gives up for him though? I know we've been talking about Keldon
I
Johnson, Devin Vassell, maybe.
think that's what it starts with. I don't think the Spurs should go that high when it comes to Trey Murphy. I don't think they should offer much more than that. I mean, Jeremy Sohan would be pushing it, I'd say, just
Yeah.
because I don't know. I think Trey Murphy's a very much an idea player, and I don't think he's quite there just yet. I feel like he's ready to take a leap, but
I mean, I feel like under a team like the Spurs, I think he would be able to take that league
yeah,
rather than with New
no doubt,
Orleans,
no
which
doubt.
just doesn't have like that sort of direction.
Picks would
Um,
be heavy in that deal. That's no doubt. There's
that
no
would
doubt about
yeah
that. Picks would be
yeah.
heavy.
Um,
Uh,
but I feel like San Antonio they have an idea that they're going to be contending for at least playoff spots. So those picks might not even really matter that much come whenever year they like whatever year it is that they trade because they still have. I mean, they don't have a pick they control. They have the Atlanta pick, which they can still trade away. I think right.
yeah.
So
Looking
they can still
into it
trade
right
that away.
now. Looking into it right now. I think for the Warriors, I think he'd likely start at the three. I think it'd be a small ball scenario. At least that's what
Curry, Hield.
Dunks and threes has the Warriors starting lineup right now is Steph at the one, Pods at the two, Buddy at the three, but Jimmy at the four, and Trey at the five.
That's extremely small. I feel like you can move
It's
everybody. I
rough.
feel like you can move. I mean, if he goes to the Golden State, I feel like you can move Jimmy to the two, Trey at the three. Oh, they don't have a four though, or like a real five. That's the thing.
I mean, it's kind of ridiculous what the Warriors did this offseason, letting Kevon Looney walk. I mean, he's already kind of a
Yeah,
small ball five, but now you're really in a bind at the
yeah.
five. You
I
got
think your
Quentin
best
Post
center is
there.
Trace Jackson Davis.
Yeah,
That's who's going to be there, like quote unquote five or big man, but he's not going to start for them many games. So that's going to be hard. And that, let's say Draymond. I mean, he's aging. If he gets injured, you're really going to be talking about not a small ball lineup, but a lineup that's not fit to compete for any really real wins in this league. Um, so
I mean, yeah, Quentin Post are only 7 footer. Trace Jackson Davis is 6'9".
yeah,
I
he's
mean,
athletic though.
that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah. Talking about a couple more things. Short episode, I know. Going back to kind of brand deals and stuff like that. I'm wearing the shirt. Believe that Anthony Edwards dropped his advertisement for the AE2s yesterday. We were talking about it yesterday, off camera and stuff like that. I personally love it. I mean, I'm an Anthony Edwards fan. Even though he downed my team in the playoffs, it's okay. I still love the man. He's awesome. I love his brand deals and his marketing with Adidas. I think he's obviously Adidas's main man now. He's got that retro vibe to him. He's got that swagger to him, and the AE2s look like they are going to be some popular shoes in the basketball world for the coming year or so. He wore the AE1s for 2 years, kind of when for the back to back conference finals appearances in them. So can these AE2s get him over that hump or anywhere close to it? Maybe. We don't know yet. But what are your thoughts on that?
I'm not the biggest fan of the shoe. I really like the AE ones. They were honestly an amazing debut shoe, especially with the marketing that Adidas brought around it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it comes to advertisement and obviously the shirts, like the one that you're wearing. But
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan. I think I don't like them that much. They
I feel
they
like they're
look a
going to be
bit
something that
clunky.
grows on a lot of people. It's definitely going to grow on
Yeah,
you, I feel like.
they might. They might.
I feel like the colorway that they dropped immediately though, like the initial colorway isn't what I was expecting out of an Anthony Edwards shoe. I feel like obviously the AE ones, I mean, I'll try to put a picture up. They have like I think it's like 30 something colorways with that shoe. And all of them are just amazing colorways. Obviously he wore the black and the blue ones a lot, the black and the silver ones, the black and the white ones I know, and then like the iridescent ones. And then I mean those ones are just amazing, but obviously you said it, AE ones, one of the best debut shoes, generational, definitely. And that it kind of has like that new like modern mold to it, like what most shoes are going to transition to. That kind of like the the mid to low top, kind of like in the middle.
More
I don't.
sleek
Yeah, more sleek shoe.
type of look. Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot, definitely a lot lighter shoe compared to what Nike kind of produces. Their shoes, they're not bricks, but they're definitely heavier than what the AEs or the Hardens or the Dames kind of have to them. So I'm definitely gonna be watching to see what kind of colors they get. Waiting for the AE ones to go on sale a little bit maybe, so I can cop a pair of those first, and then see where we go with the AE2s. But I'm excited.
Yeah, no, the ant one's going on, so would be very welcome. I mean, I've been wanting to get me a pair of them. I've been debating. Those are the Hardens.
Yes.
Never been a big Adidas guy when it comes to kicks, but I've been looking to try one of those out.
Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah. So that's it for all the news and stuff like that. Let's get into a little bit of a new segment. We'll figure out a name for it. I feel like definitely. But it is just right now King of the Hill because that's kind of what the theme of it is, or like the type of game it is. But it's King of the Hill. This week's edition is NBA point guards. Um, Zach is nowhere near the archetype of a point guard when it comes to hooping, but let's see if he can get
Okay,
some some point guards now with him. I'm gonna name a player. I'm gonna name two players. You let me know which one you'd rather have on your team. Um, the winning or the point guard that you take. Give me an explanation why, short explanation. And then that guard will go against the next person. There's 5 rounds of this, so I have 6 names, 5 rounds. Yeah, let's get started. Your first name up is, or first 2 names are Emmanuel Quickly and Jalen Suggs.
Jalen sucks. Like next question.
Okay.
Like, okay, I'll go into depth about it, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Especially considering, are we taking contract into consideration here? Because I don't like IP Steel at
Um,
all.
I guess we can. Obviously, that'd be a big hit factor to Quickly why you wouldn't pick him. But yeah, I guess we can. Yeah.
But so I mean, Suggs has just got extended, but I like his contract a lot better, especially comparatively when you're considering the value that he provides.
Mm-hmm.
Suggs was so key to the Magic that you felt his presence when he was missed this season. Like the Magic
Mm-hmm.
really felt him being missed this season.
Definitely.
Just
Uh,
one of the best defensive guards in the league. One of the best turnover creation guards in the league, which is so key to winning nowadays. When we just saw the Thunder pave their way to a championship off turnover creation,
mm-hmm.
and I think Suggs is good if he can find his shot more and he could continue to be a good playmaker, a better playmaker. I think he could be key for the Magic going forward.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I don't disagree with you at all. Your second person, moving on, is Jalen Suggs versus Kobe White.
That's a bit close. I mean, I see we're sticking with like a theme of kind of mediocre point guards, if you
Yeah,
could say.
I didn't want to go to like Luca versus Shea or something like that. I'm just going with like a try to get a little bit of a conversation started here.
I mean, I'm still gonna go. I'm still gonna go with Suggs here.
Okay.
I don't view Kobe White that highly. I don't rate his archetype that highly. I think the Bulls are kind of in a bind, and they probably should have offloaded Kobe White by now. I think that would probably have been the smarter move to recoup assets or just gain assets in general.
Mm-hmm.
But Suggs just plays a better brand of basketball, a more winning brand of basketball, I'd argue. And I think he brings more to winning. I think he's a starting point guard in this league, whereas I don't think Kobe White necessarily is.
Fair enough. Your next man, Jalen Suggs. I have two people. Jalen
Okay,
Suggs versus now Derek White.
Derek White.
That was.
I don't think I highly don't know if they're the same tier. Like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait,
wait, you?
I messed up. My fault. I was looking at like the wrong. Like it's actually supposed to be Jalen Suggs versus Mike Conley, but
Oh,
um, I
you want
mean,
Suggs versus Conley?
yeah, let's do Suggs versus Conley. I messed
Okay,
it
I
up.
mean,
It's a new segment. It's a new segment. We'll get better as we go.
we're
It's supposed to be Suggs
workshopping.
versus Conley.
I think in the current year, I think I'd take Jalen Suggs. It's kind of unfortunate because Mike Conley is still playing at like somewhat decent level. I mean, obviously the Wolves are making the conference finals with him starting at point guard. I'd still go Jalen Suggs though. I think Suggs just provides overall more value considering his defense.
Yeah, I can't even argue there. And then it's supposed to be Jalen Suggs versus I guess now Jalen Suggs versus Derek White. So
Yeah, it's
I
Derek White,
mean,
bro. Like
yeah.
all day. Derek White,
Um,
Derek White is your ideal player. He could fit into any championship squad ever and make a contribution.
yeah,
Great defender, great shooter. Just I don't know what more you want.
yeah. Can't hate. And then now Derek White is now the top of the hill right now, but he
King of
will
the
have to
hill.
go against for you Derek White or Darius Garland.
There. It's not as tough. Like I feel like I'm making it more tough than it should be. Hmm.
Derek White has more consistency, stays on the court more, has a little bit more
Better in the
production.
playoffs. That's a
Garland,
big part too.
yeah,
That's a big
Garland
part
is
too.
more of a can he stay healthy? Can he be consistent? Is he worthy of his contract type of thing?
Well, it's hard. It's kind of difficult because like Garland's the lead guard on a team. He is a out and out point guard,
Mm-hmm.
whereas Derek White is more of somebody you have around somebody else. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And it's struggle because I'm so high on Darius Garland too. It's just it's rough coming to defend it. It's hard to defend him after the playoff that he just had.
Yeah,
I mean, sure he was injured throughout a lot of those games, but I expected more from him. It's just who I'd rather. I need to like ask the terms. Is this a better player or is it who I'd rather have on my team if I'm
who
trying to
would
win
you
a
rather have
championship?
your team to win a championship? I feel like with that, that's kind of gives it away to who would you want. I mean,
Derek White.
yeah, I feel like yeah,
It's tough for me to say. It's just that Derek White's so it's proven in the playoffs. He's a playoff riser, whereas Darius Garland has consistently been a playoff dropper, and it's kind of difficult sometimes with Garland just because of his size. I worry about him getting
yeah,
picked on. Whereas you're not picking on Derek White. He's one of those guys who could defend anybody.
yeah.
Well, not anybody. He's not defending a
He's
five,
hard
but
nosed. He's hard nosed.
yeah,
It's tough.
that's tough. I like that
I
last
know.
question. I like that one because it's two different archetypes of players. I've like expecting kind of a role player guard if you give me Derek White almost,
Yeah,
but then you gave me Darius Garland, who's a lead guard, and I don't know. I just wasn't expecting that. That's a good debate. That's a good
I know.
question.
That's kind of this point of the segment, trying to get like debates with it. I mean, next week you'll probably be asking me some things about it.
Who would you take in those scenarios? I want to know. Like read through your list. I want to hear your version
Um,
of it.
okay, well, quickly versus Suggs, I'm taking Suggs for the same reason. His defense is otherworldly, and I value defense a lot. So I'm taking Suggs over quickly. Suggs and Kobe White. I was thinking about taking Kobe White, but again, the defense with Suggs is just incredible, and Kobe White has kind of taken a fall off since the sixth man of the year. So I'm taking Suggs there. Suggs versus Mike Conley. That's where I kind of was like, okay, for the future, I would take Suggs, obviously, because Conley's almost, like 37 years old.
Yeah.
Um, but Conley is just one of those, like, proven guys. He knows how to facilitate the ball. But it's a lot closer than the other two, but I'm still taking Suggs. And then Suggs over Derek White. Not over Derek White, sorry. Suggs over Derek White. I'm taking Derek White over Suggs just because if I value defense, I mean, Derek White is better than Jalen Suggs and just more proven in the playoffs, stuff like that. And does more with the basketball in his hand. And then White versus Darius Garland. Again, I'm a big Darius Garland fan, but I do have to say Derek White just because of the tough nose aspect of him and the provenness and all that kind of stuff. Kind of like what you said. So I guess I'm almost very similar in that case to you. Same reasoning, same list and picks. But the White versus Garland is White is more proven. If I were to start a team right now and I said this team the next couple years are going to win championship and it's Darius Garland versus Derek White on the starting lineup in the point guard spot, I'm taking Derek White just because he has more stability or more stuff to do than Darius Garland, in my opinion. And
Well,
I kind of like White. I like
I
White
think
more
you could
than
also
Darius Garland.
argue like portability in this situation. Like, I'm not saying Darius Garland couldn't fit in any team. I just think Derek White is
He's
plug and
plug and
play
play.
with
Yeah,
any team
yeah,
whenever, really. Like,
yeah, exactly.
he fits every model of championship caliber team.
Yeah,
Really, it's just he's a guy everybody would want, and that's why you saw when the Celtics were kind of tearing it down, trying to get below the second apron this summer. Everybody was calling about Derek White. You know,
mm-hmm. Exactly. So yeah, AJ Gonshaw. What are we doing? Oh yeah, he heard Derek White. That's why he's a Celtics fan. Anyways, that's a wrap on episode 2 of season 2 of From the Nosebleeds. We will be back with y'all next week talking about more WNBA stuff as the playoffs are gonna be right around the corner at that point. Hopefully some NBA action happens. We're in a dead period. And then Euro basketball is gonna be kicking up this weekend, into next week. So we'll be back with some more stuff talking. And yeah, we'll see y'all then. Peace out, y'all. Have a good rest of y'all week. We'll be back next week. Peace.
Peace.